Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about something that sounds kind of dry and academic, right? But I promise you it's secretly the most powerful tool for anyone with a big idea. We're going to take that huge, daunting task of research and turn it into your absolute strategic advantage.
So, let me ask you this. Have you ever had that light bulb moment? You know the one. That amazing concept for a new business or a project that could change everything. Or maybe a research idea that you just know in your gut has real potential. But then, what happens? You start to dig in and bam, you hit a wall. All of a sudden, you're just lost. You're in this thick fog of endless articles, data that seems to contradict itself. There's just so much noise that your amazing idea starts to feel, well, pretty overwhelming. It can honestly be paralyzing. Okay, so this isn't just you. This feeling, it's the first big hurdle everyone faces. Let's just call it what it is, information overload. And it's that one big thing that stands between your great idea and actually making an impact. And listen, if you've ever felt this, you are so not alone. I mean, this whole first phase, it can be super time-consuming, it's daunting, and yeah, it can be really, really frustrating. But what if I told you there was a map, a way to navigate this whole confusing territory? Well, guess what? There is. And today, we're going to master it. It's called the Literature Review. And no. This is not just some boring academic chore. I want you to think of it as your secret research map. It's the compass that's going to let you slice right through that fog with total confidence.
All right, so what is this thing really? Well, at its core, a literature review is a systematic look at, and this is the important part, a critical evaluation of all the knowledge that's already out there on your topic. The key here, the absolute main idea, is to understand what's already been figured out. That way, you're not reinventing the wheel, and even better, you can build directly on top of all that amazing work.
Okay, so why bother? Is this just about ticking a box for a class or a proposal? Absolutely not. A really great literature review gives you 4, let's call them practical superpowers, that are going to completely change how you approach your project. First up, you get total clarity. The whole process basically forces you to sharpen your focus, to really nail down your exact problem, and then you can see exactly where it fits into the bigger picture. Suddenly, that fog we talked about, it starts to clear. Number 2, you get to perfect your methods before you even start. Think about it. By seeing what other people have already done, you learn which techniques work the best, what kind of problems they ran into, and which approaches got the strongest results. It's literally like someone handing you a cheat sheet for success. Third, and this one's huge, you become a real expert. This deep dive gets you right into the middle of the main conversation that's happening around your topic. You start to build that deep, essential knowledge you need to make a contribution that actually matters. And finally, number 4, it makes your own work shine. I mean, because you've done all this homework, you can stand up and confidently say, okay, here's what everybody else has done. And here's exactly what I'm adding to the conversation. That's how you show everyone that your work is new, it's different, and it's important. All right, so hopefully you're sold on the why now. Let's get to the how. We're going to walk through a really clear 4-step action plan that'll take you from that first spark of an idea all the way to a rock-solid foundation for your work. I like to think of this as a 4-stage quest. First, we explore the world to find our sources. Second, we review what we found with a critical eye. And then third and fourth, we use all that knowledge to build our own theoretical and conceptual framework, the launchpad for our own adventure. So let's break it down. Okay, step 1, explore. This is all about discovery, right? You're going to start with a really broad search of your topic area, and your goal is to put together a bibliography. That's just a fancy word for your master list of all the potential books, articles, and reports. This is you literally making your treasure map. Now, when you're exploring, you're going to find there's this classic trade-off. See, books are awesome for really high-quality, big-picture knowledge. The only problem, they can be a few years out of date by the time they're published. Journals, on the other hand, give you the absolute latest, most cutting-edge info. So what's the secret? A really great review uses a smart mix of both. All right, you've got your pile of treasure, your sources. Now it's time for step 2, review. And this is where your role changes. You're not just a collector anymore. Now you're a critic. You're not just reading this stuff, you are analyzing it, questioning it, and evaluating everything. So the very first question you need to be asking of every single source is, how did they figure this out? You have to look at their methodology. Was it solid? Did they use the right tools for the job? Next step, you got to challenge their findings. Do the conclusions they're making actually match the data they're showing you? Or are they taking some logical leaps that maybe you should be a little skeptical about?
And all of this leads to the most critical question of all. After you've read everything, what are they not talking about? Where are the gaps, the contradictions, the questions nobody's answering? That right there, that's the space where your own unique idea gets to live and breathe.
Which brings us perfectly to our final building phase, steps 3 and 4. You're going to take all those theories, all those concepts and ideas you just reviewed so carefully, and you use them to build the blueprint for your own project. This is what we call your theoretical and conceptual framework, and it's the solid ground your whole project is going to stand on. And listen, don't let the name fool you. This framework isn't just some abstract academic exercise. It's the thing that connects your work to everything that came before it. It's what backs up your methods, what forces you to answer the why and the how behind your project, and ultimately, it's what sets you up for huge success. And just like that, you've done it. You've made this incredible transformation. By following these steps, you have gone from being someone who just passively reads information to being an active, critical researcher who is genuinely ready to contribute. You know, this quote really nails the whole idea. You're not just summarizing stuff anymore. You are officially entering a living, breathing conversation. You now have the tools to show the world exactly how your work either confirms or challenges or builds upon everything that we already thought we knew. So really, the only question left to ask is, you, armed with this map, with this whole process, what's that amazing idea you're going to bring to life? What conversation will you join?